And I usually do that so loudly. Anyway, so we're back here in season 2, episode 5, part 2 of the SilmFilm script discussion. Having a great time here live at the end of mid-moot. It feels a little sad, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have
so
it sound like Tolkien would like it.
So Varno is asking me. Alex is asking me about the act breaks. Yeah. All right. So we've kind of established what our different plots are going to be. All right. We've got to figure out what happens. You know what the act breaks are for Act 1 and Act 2. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the intro is basically the arrival of the Teleri on the shores of Beleriand.
And the panic and scattering.
Panic, scattering, storm. Do they see Ase out in the water? I'm skipping the question.
Ase storms, they go together, so there's really no way you'd have a storm on the coast of Middle Earth
Without
that's
Ase?
not Ase.
Yeah.
So he should be there.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, he should also be there because he befriends them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
eventually
you know.
he's going to be there
Yeah.
at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, maybe
So, yeah,
maybe
we should definitely establish.
Kierden sees him out there. Anyway, but that's not answering the
Yeah.
question. The question is act breaks. So the end of Act 1, I feel like is going to come because they're going to leave in this episode, right?
Yeah.
The end of Act 1, I would say, would have to come down to they establish some sort of existence there while they're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Act 2 is going to be, I feel like, yeah, the end of Act 1 wants to be revealing the main conflict. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
the conflict is, do they go? So I think the tail end of Act 1 would be, I'm not going. Would be Alway saying, I'm not going. I'm waiting for I'm waiting to see if Elway's coming. I want to know what happens.
Well, we've established that he doesn't
He's
think
given up on him
that
already.
he already thinks that he's not coming.
Where in the episode?
In the previous
Oh, the previous
episode,
episode,
yeah.
sorry.
Otherwise, why would he have left his brother?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a little hard.
Well, maybe okay. So it's not, I'm not going across this big, wet, scary thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the one thing that could happen at a significant time in the episode, I don't know if it's Act 1 break, but both Kierden and Alway are going to have dreams, prophetic dreams from
Yeah.
Olmo.
Yeah.
We need to lead up to that, so Olmo has to have a scene prior to those dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the midpoint of the episode? Is that when they're going to get these dreams, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe our Act 1 break is Olmo deciding what he's going to do about this situation. Maybe Olmo formulating his plan.
Yeah. Or we discussed maybe having Kierden have the idea to go to Val.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be the conflict
Well,
there. Is
well, it's
Kierden
not-
saying, yeah, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go across. And then
At the end of the episode,
Act
he's
2,
not
he
going
decides,
to.
I'm not going. I have a job to do here.
Well, no, that's going to be a climax moment.
Maybe
Well,
there's a
yeah.
debate.
Well, how many acts? You say Act 1, Act
Maybe
2.
that break
How many?
was
We're
not
doing Act 3
protagonist
acts?
character.
3 commercial breaks. I don't know.
Let's
It's
not.
an HBO series. They don't
Oh,
do-
HBO, no commercial breaks, no words from our sponsor.
Well, if maybe there's a conflict if Kierden and Olway are discussing what they're going to do,
Yeah.
and then before they've kind of made the final decision, and maybe they're sleeping on it, that's when they have the dreams.
Okay.
They come back together for that
Yeah.
final, and they both have a different answer, but I'd like a prophetic dream related answer.
Okay.
Okay. So we're saying that the end of Act 1 then maybe is them receiving the dreams?
Yeah.
That was my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Again,
yeah.
I think that would have to be about halfway through the
I
episode.
think
It feels like it
that
would
would
be.
be, yeah, that would be the beginning of the crux towards the change, because first,
Right.
you know, we have to, the big question is, what is Ulmo going to change? That has to be the tail end, that would be our footnote. They've decided blank. Then, second half, Ulmo does something to change them.
Well,
That's
they
where
had kind of
we
settled
start
there,
that.
because they were looking for Elways.
Yeah.
They had some sort of settlement set up there, and
Montage.
apparently they were learning stuff from Ase, who said he like hung out on
Right.
a rock just
Well,
on
that's
the
gonna
shore.
be,
So
yeah.
maybe they had kind of stagnated,
Okay,
and we're
Oh,
going out
yeah.
here, we're talking to Ase, and then this dream from almost like, no, decides Owe that no, we need to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
maybe the end of Act One, can it be the introduction of Ase to our protagonist characters?
Yeah.
Like
we
the
see-
actual introduction?
Yeah. If you had
I'll
that-
say befriending Kierden
Getting a
and
reaction from
I
Alex.
do have one more complicating factor to bring up. Is Uinen going to be a part of this episode at all? Later on, after the kinslaying, Uinen is devastated and grieves and
Yeah.
causes a storm, and it's relevant to what happens to the characters in that future episode.
Yeah.
So are we going to want to see Uinen bonding with the Teleri?
Yeah,
Because it's
it
not going to
was,
make any
it was
sense.
Ase and Uinen who
Yes.
befriended them.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
specifically describes Ase sitting on a rock just off the shore
Yeah.
and talking to them, which I think is a great
Great,
visual.
yeah.
I can actually see the whole, we're standing looking at the dark sea, and there's a flash of lightning, and it's like illuminated. And then there's another flash of lightning, and there's this big guy now on this rock. And it's,
Yeah.
then the
I
big
don't know,
guy-
it's you almost get like you almost get like the Jesus Peter parallel, where you're standing out there on the water and you say, Kierden, come out to me.
Alright,
Love that.
so that could be, alright, so Alex is also agreeing that the meeting of Ase can work as an end of Act One.
Yeah.
He wants to know what that does for our story arc. The important part of that is going to be because Ase's going to be part of the Teleri's lives for a very long time. All right, he's gonna be a motivating factor when the boat island is dropped down and rooted down.
Yeah, yeah.
Before it reaches the shores of Valinor.
I know what the conflict would be actually when they're trying to build a society. I mean, before then, they've been inland, they were an agricultural society.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the coast,
Yeah.
because you can't do it with the sea winds, it'll blow everything away.
Yeah.
It'll
Well,
drench
they're
everything in
gonna
salt water.
basically they're gonna
So
become
maybe,
mariners.
well, they're
So-
becoming fishermen, that could be
Fishermen and learn to
that
build
could be the
boats.
beginning arc, is them teaching them how to live by the coast.
How to not die.
How to not
How to
die
not die.
by the coast, how to
Yeah.
harvest seaweed.
New culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to get mollusks and rocks, how to get
And
fish.
that might be a good point in which we can show Uinen
Yeah.
bonding with them, because like,
Exactly.
we really want her loss to be this very, very like if a parent loses a child, like that kind of raw grief is
Yeah.
just
Yeah. So
devastating.
she should totally be teaching them to fish.
Teaching them to fish,
Yeah.
teaching them how to
So
survive.
she should be friends with Alway.
So she
And
should
Ase should be friends with
Kierden.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Now we're thinking.
So, Alex asked the question how Ase kicks off the I want to stay but can't conflict for Kierden. So here's my answer to that. All right, we're going to establish Olmo's plan of action in Act 1. Okay, he's going to disseminate that fact to Kierden. Not to Kierden, to Ase. You know,
It's the fin problem.
Yeah.
It's just the fin problem all over.
all right, and
Oh, wait till we get there.
so Ase is going to be the one who's kind of setting that up.
Okay.
All right, he's Olmo's agent in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, he's not necessarily pushing Kierden now. Right now, he's just getting him ready.
Mhm.
You know, he's getting him ready for the whole. You know, you're going to be the guy.
Trying,
You know,
Right, well, I mean, Alma's goal is ultimately for two-way travel and communication between
Yes.
Middle Earth and Valinor.
Yeah.
That's Alma's big plan that he's
Right.
working towards.
Yeah.
So, he's not necessarily fixated on who stays and who goes
Right.
at this point in the story. He's
Uh-huh.
just like, we need to develop a way for the elves to go back and
Right.
forth.
Just simply
Oh,
give
so
us
they-
a- give us a
So
line.
he's having Ase pick out the agent in Middle Earth, and
Right.
Uinen's
You
picking
are
out
the
the
chosen
agent
one.
in
Yes.
in Valinor.
Well, we might need some evidence that Kieran's the most creative
Which
and skilled.
Alex
man.
just said the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
That was Alex.
There we go.
Nick was just reading it off the screen the whole
Yeah.
time.
Hey!
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's also interesting to have Ase as this figure who is having to talk to someone who is reluctant, having to deliver this "you have a purpose" line, because in previous episodes he's destructive and chaotic,
Right.
and he's not thinking purposefully. He's just like all over the place. So to have him in this sort of reversal of roles of I'm the one who's having to talk to someone who's reluctant to listen to me somewhat, and
Yeah.
be like, you have a purpose to an end. It's not just like your nature that we're talking about, it's your destiny.
Right.
So that's good character development for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this idea.
You know, and having Ase and Uinen together gives us an opportunity to show a conversation where Olmo disseminates his plan, rather than Olmo going, and staring off into the middle distance.
Oh, I hate that.
And then the next thing you know, his plan is in
Very
action.
Elmo, though.
For God of communication.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Elmo does seem to work alone, but these are his
Guys.
his guys. So
Yeah.
it's his group. That's
Right.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't Ase kind of want them to stay?
Ase wants to spend time with them.
He wants
He's
to
like-
play with
Wants to hang
them.
out with them.
Yeah.
Well,
So
toys,
he
not
doesn't
toys.
want
Friends.
his life to change after he develops
Right.
this.
Friends are like toys, but not objects.
Yeah.
Maybe we can show some of that.
They're like
resistance,
toys,
and
but I
maybe
can't
Uinen's-
break them.
Uinen's like,
And
no, we
he
should
is
follow
the most
almost.
mature.
Because even almost kind of divided on
Almost not
The whole
totally
thing.
cool with this either, you know?
yeah.
Nobody listens
He's
to Olmo.
basically-
All the ocean people are kind of like, no, let's just leave them.
You're fine
The
when
whole
you're
reason
on.
Olmo is intervening at this juncture is because he does not agree with the invitation to Valinor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's Olmo's big picture is
He knows
that's a
what's up.
mistake. I
Yeah.
need to start planning my counter move
All right.
now.
Yeah.
Alex says that he makes an awesome reluctant messenger that it'd be super fun to write.
Yeah.
Yes,
I got your back,
absolutely would
buddy.
be.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
I kind of want us to do like a chatterbox because
Like
of,
he's got a
because of his
Bible.
office of a messenger.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like the storm and the violent surf, so that kind of
Yeah.
fits that he'd be the
He's
noisy.
this restless,
you know?
chaotic
Yeah, he's
guy.
restless and-
Who can't just
chaotic.
stop?
He
just
can't sit
stop
still,
running
as I
his mouth.
discovered by watching my video from yesterday, that I also can't stand still, period.
Yeah.
Good thing I typically do this sitting, it's ridiculous.
Hey,
Anyway.
notice that
Yeah.
these chairs move?
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah.
No, I love the moving chairs. They're like
I know.
perfect for the fidgeters.
All right, so Act 2. Wow, that's so funny. Cool. That's enough to flesh out a plot Act 1. What's happening in Amon? Okay, so we're going to be establishing. Well, the arrival of the Noldor is happening in Amon. The Noldor arrive, and the Vanyar are kind of just hanging out. They haven't built anything.
Right, so the Vanyar arrived first because we made them do that last episode. So we now need to deal with the consequence of that. And I
Right.
think that what that means is that the hill of Tuna, which is
They live on it.
Yeah,
You have
the
to be
Vanyar,
like tuna. It's
Well,
something.
It's a hill of tuna.
Tyrion Patuna, but I'm very American. The idea is that the Vanyar could be like camped out on that hill.
Right.
You know, they have tents set up, they're living there, but it's not a permanent structure yet.
No.
When the Noldor arrive, we're gonna build the stone city of Tyrion.
Oh, yeah.
and
Right.
have that location.
Right.
So we'll see the transition there and how basically.
The Vanyar aren't entirely comfortable with it, maybe?
Right, the Vanyar eventually
Like,
get
it's
kicked
so
out.
nice.
Yeah.
It was,
Just
but we're
for
gonna go to
us.
Senequidal now.
Right.
Yeah.
The Vanyar are the hippy dippy.
They
It's like, why do we
are.
need stone structures? This way we can visit each
Yeah.
other every time we want.
Yeah, see,
And
like.
then olders just come up and they're like, hey, diddly do,
When we built all this
let me
awesome
get in
stuff,
your face.
yeah, and see, I relate to the hippie elves. They're like my people.
Yeah.
I think everyone in the 70s read Tolkien could relate to
The
the
hippie elves are my favorite.
And Alex says the Vanyar are, as usual, not helping. Yes.
Oh, that's
Um,
unfair.
Oh, yes, it's
Well,
the, Mary,
that's-
the Mary Martha thing.
It's a
you know?
very scientific point of view there.
No, it
I'm
is,
sure
it's
that
Mary and
Marie
Martha.
can relate to this as well.
Parallel with the
Yeah, you
It's-
got the ones running around and
it's-
building all the things, and the ones just.
It's all well and good to write poems on a green hill, But, you know, at some point, somebody has to get to work, so the Noldor are gonna be the ones who do that.
Okay, so like you guys are Noldor, I get it. I'm the hippie elf. It's okay. But you're right, yeah. Somebody needs to get to this.
Hippies don't pay taxes.
Don't pay taxes. I kinda want that on a t-shirt. No, I think the two things in Tolkien that always make me laugh, that like I should be more mature, but I'm not. It's the girdle of Melian. I can't say it without giggling.
And Baron's penetration thereof.
Why you gotta be dirty about it?
I wasn't.
One hand in here. Sure you weren't. And cheering upon tuna.
And tuna. The hill of tuna. I'm like, a hill of tuna sounds awesome.
I was thinking like this.
Yeah.
If it's
And,
like
and
it
the
has to be
little
sashimi grade
stinky.
tuna. Sashimi grade tuna.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's high quality.
High
tuna.
quality.
Yeah.
Speaking-
Very marbled.
Speaking of the hippies who don't help,
Why you gotta be like that?
We should have like one of the Noldor have this vision. You know, like some crazy
fish.
architect vision of building the high tower with the light that reaches all the way out to the ocean.
Yeah.
Which is what they do. Maybe that's their kind of like, yes,
Their
we
Empire
have the
State's
light reach out
building.
to our kinfolk.
that's interesting. Does Finwe like initiate the building of the lighthouse to kind of get some kind of message back to Elway?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Like-
That would be
Sure.
really
Like
cool
he's like the
idea.
candle in the water and
Yeah.
from the original Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I think it's a message. It's like, is Ulmo involved in that decision as well?
Any kind of physical representation of thematic stuff is good.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yes.
Whether or not that's actually how things are meant to have played out,
No.
who cares? Yes, that's what we're doing.
Yes, okay,
Yeah,
all right, cool.
There's not really a reason
Really
for it.
good
It just kind of happens.
Don't say
And
that.
then-
Yeah, too loud, buddy.
She's not here
We could
anymore.
put motivation on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's
think,
actually
uh,
how it happened. It's a
Well,
good thing we'll do
The thing
it.
is, like, one of
Lovely.
the conflicts that I'm seeing here, one of the places that we should go for some conflict, I mean, this back to Act 1 and Act 2 is like, one of the reasons that Teleri moved as close to the sea as they do, because they wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for the fact that all their kin are across this sea.
Right.
And so, like, there's this push and pull, it seems to me, both with the Teleri, like, they're not sure about this, but they need to be here.
Right.
And, like, you know, you have this pull on the other side where, you know, the Noldor really want to have their kin back, you know,
Yeah.
with them. Again, like, oh, the tragedy.
I know. It's just a heartbreaking irony.
What about with the beacon on the Hill of Tuna? Maybe that's a crux to this, where they finally get that summons.
Hmm.
So what do you think
What do you
about
mean?
Well,
that,
it's
Alex?
you talked about the candle on the water.
Yeah.
It would be interesting if they could see it.
Yeah.
I don't think they can.
It
It would
came
have to
after,
be
it came
super,
after the
super
island
tall.
is dropped.
Oh, okay.
Because after they drop the island, the tower gets built and it makes the plant like bloom on that side.
Gotcha.
Really?
Is there-
Is that right?
That's what it says.
Okay, I believe you.
Well, it's because grow light.
Okay.
And it's the Tower of Ingwe, so maybe it's even a kind of like, look, we're
Okay.
building this for your High King, so why don't you help us out
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So then, there's kind of an ongoing discussion right now of whether the tower, the lighthouse on the top of the Hill of Tuna, thanks for that. Yeah. All you got was a mumble tuna beacon.
Well, it's a kind of
Is
made of blue.
is whether that's happening now or after the island is dropped, which quite honestly, because I don't necessarily think that it's really, because Finwe doesn't really have that much of a relationship with Olwe.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's as poignant for him to build it afterwards as it is for him to build it now.
Yeah.
Right. But they won't be able to see it until the island is dropped, so that's when it'll become significant.
Right.
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
can work it in the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's
Like,
still
we
design
can build it
timeline.
now, and we can express the
Right.
desire for the
Right.
Teleri to come to see Elway again.
Sorry, seat that Vernon Fleer was sitting in several hours ago. That's still really scary to
It's
me.
imbued with power.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We finally like that.
All right. So that's where we leave them. Okay. We show the discord. We show the discord between not discord really, but the dissatisfaction between the Vanyar and the
Yeah.
Noldor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just bad roommates.
right?
Yeah.
Hippies
There
hippies
are-
and good people, as
Yeah.
Alex
Like there
says.
are people, lots of people that I get along with, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't intentionally live with because our relationship is better when we're not living together.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very,
I
very
won't
true.
name the
That's obvious.
siblings because this is going on the internet, but you know who you are.
Okay, so, like Alex's mom, apparently.
He doesn't care that this is going on the internet. Sorry,
Apparently.
Alex's mom.
Okay, so, okay, all right, we're gonna take a quick break. If you're watching this on YouTube, which is the only place that you'll be watching this, I just realized. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. It really does help us out. If you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. We're gonna be back in a moment.